Well, happy Monday, everyone. Here it is. What are we at? 7:10. 7:10 is the time right now. Big blue skies over Kansas City on a hot day. It got into the upper 80s. It felt like the 90s. Get used to that. We've got a big heat wave on the way. The first of the season, the first true heat wave is in the forecast. But before we get there, we're going to have some strong storms that we are going to deal with, and that is tomorrow. Our Tuesday brings a severe risk. And that's going to be the primary focus that I've got for you here. We'll talk about the heat wave, of course, in a bit, but I want to start out with the storm threat, what we're looking at here, the range of possibilities that we've got, and why it has our attention. So I do have the comments up on Facebook. If you have any questions or comments, just post them there. I'll try to answer those by the end. If I don't see them immediately, just wait till the end. I'll try to get them for you. And let's just get to it, show you what we've got, all right? So the whole point here is just to show you what we see and to help you get ready for it. All right. So come on. Sometimes this computer works with me and sometimes it wants to fight me. So today's a fight day. So here's what we got. Tuesday storm threat. Severe storms are possible. There's a decent chance that we have some in the area tomorrow. The highest concern is going to be at night. Unfortunately, this is one of these situations where it's while we're sleeping is going to be the greatest threat, and we will want to have a way to get alerts and warnings. That's the way it looks right now. So whenever we have severe threats like this, especially one that is 24 hours away, there will be new updates to come. But from what we can tell right now, this is kind of the lay of the land, the nuts and the bolts. Now, we may see some storms before that main round comes in, which is going to be tomorrow night, but that looks to be the greatest threat. And the threat level is this. A tornado is low. But it's not zero, and we should know that whenever we have this kind of setup, we can get brief tornado spin-ups. And the last event that we had where the tornado dropped around the stadiums, that was not a high-threat tornado day, but it was enough where we could see some brief spin-ups, kind of like this one. Now, every setup is different, but I just don't want low tornado to make it come across as no tornado, because that is not the case. There's not a high chance. Most likely we won't, but we could have a few tornado spin-ups. The greatest threat is going to be from severe wind and hail, where we could get 60, 70 mile per hour wind gusts and some possibly large hail in some of the strongest cells. And the flooding is conditional. If we get the storms to set up in a certain pattern, a certain way, what we call training, which is where it's like they're on a train track, where you get one that goes by, and then there's another one that comes by, and another one, all right in the same area because they ride along some sort of front or boundary, and they just scoot right over, and you get heavy rain after heavy rain. Then we can get localized flash flooding. So if that setup happens, then we would have a flood risk, but that's iffy. We don't know that that will happen. So this is the setup. All right, so here we are right now, and things are relatively quiet. Well, hello. We'll get there. All right, so things are relatively quiet, but then watch tonight. We're going to see these storms fire up in central and western Nebraska. So depending on if they get as strong as this computer says they will, if they are, then we'll have those here by the morning. Watch how they drift toward us. All right, so there we are, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we wake up to some storms. Now, these are on a decaying trend. These would not be severe for us, but you could start out with some rain during the day, and then we've got thunderstorms in the afternoon, and then here comes the main one. Another round comes in out of central Kansas and Nebraska, and this is by tomorrow night. All right. Look at central Kansas. It's lighting up with those nasty storms. All that pink is severe thunderstorms on the computer forecast. And underneath that, the reason why the storms are strong is we've got a lot of fuel. This is what we call energy. Convective available potential energy is the fancy pants term. And whenever you've got more of that, whenever you have that, you have to have that for storms. And whenever you have more of it, your storms can get stronger and you can have more of them. So we've got plenty of it in our area tomorrow. So let's talk timing here. Because you wake up tomorrow morning, or you're driving to work, I don't know about wake up, but like mid-morning, we have some scattered rain that may come in. This is just showers. Don't worry about that. Maybe a clap of thunder, but not severe. The afternoon, we could have some scattered storms around, and there's a shot that one or two of them sneaks out, low-end severe stuff, and we could get a little warning out of that. But again, the main thing is at night. That's why we've got our top alert, first warned weather day, for Tuesday. And that's where storms are likely, and that is our highest severe risk. Okay, so let's show you this. This is a zoomed-in version of the forecast radar I just showed you. So here we are tomorrow morning, 6, 7, 8. We're probably okay in Kansas City. And then 9, 10, 11, we've got some showers around according to this. But there's a couple ways that tomorrow plays out, and I'm going to show you both. All right, so there's our morning round. And according to this simulation, then we don't really break free from rain through the day in Kansas City. It's just got a socked in rain all day long. There's some afternoon thunderstorms. A couple of those could be on the strong side, but not anything widespread and most likely not severe. Then we catch a break. All right, so that's a rainy day with a break in the evening. There we are by 8 o'clock. You know, sun's getting ready to set, drying out for just a moment before this comes in. And this is the main batch. All right, so this is 11, midnight, 1, 2 while we're sleeping. So if you look at this, it's messy. And it's possible that the first couple rounds, you know, if we have a rainy day tomorrow, that pulls some of the energy out of the atmosphere. It takes energy to produce those showers and those thunderstorms. So you're using up some of the gas, and the atmosphere doesn't have as much gas in the overnight hours to produce a lot of strong storms for us. In fact, you don't see a lot of bright pinks and bright reds under this scenario. This would actually be good. This would limit our severe threat. We would have a rainy day and a rainy night where you get lots of rain and have some thunderstorms, but the severe risk would come down. Now notice down by Garnett and Lacine and Butler, you get these little spots of pink. That's where the strongest cells would be. They would be to the south. It would still be a severe risk. It would just be farther to the south. The other scenario is this. Here's another computer simulation of how radar could look. And we don't have that much around on Tuesday. Yeah, there's a little spotty downpour here and there. Not much, not much. There's a little afternoon round. Now we haven't taken as much gas out of the atmosphere. If that happens, then here comes this line, and this is a stronger line than the first one I showed you. So the nighttime storms would be stronger. They would have a higher risk level with them if the day is not as rainy. So if we wake up tomorrow morning and it's just not a lot during the day, that's not a good sign for the night. Conversely, if it's a rainy day, cool. We're going to love it. But regardless, this is the risk level as it stands right now. So this is a level 3 out of 5. In the orange, that's the southwest side of the Kansas City Metro, Lawrence, Olathe, Paola, Ottawa, Garnett, Lacine, all of you guys, Butler. A level 2 out of 5 for the rest of us. So both of those are notable. And what that means is that within this zone, there's a decent chance that we have severe storms. The higher chance would be in the level 3 zone. The strongest of those storms would likely be in the level 3 zone. But anybody tomorrow is under the risk of seeing a strong to severe storm. Certainly not everybody. I don't want the message to be, oh, you will get it in your spot tomorrow. There's going to be a lot of us that do not get any severe weather tomorrow, no matter which way it plays out. Even if it's the, stronger of the two scenarios where we've got the big nighttime line that comes through. So this is a risk potential. Within that zone, we'll have some strong storms most likely, but not everybody. Okay, so let's show you rain too. We could get a lot of rain out of this. Come on. There we go. All right, so this is through Wednesday, where generally the heaviest of the rain is going to be on the west side. All right, so Kansas and up near the river and, just barely on the Missouri side. 1 inch, 2, maybe spots of 3. And then you go farther to the east, looks like it's a little bit less. 1/2 inch to 1.5 inches is the way it's forecast now. So that's the storm story, everybody. Now let's talk temperatures. And I'm going to get your comments here at the end. So we're at 85. We made it to 87 earlier today in Kansas City. Humidity's pretty high. I'm sure you felt that today. So it feels like the 90s. Felt like 95 earlier in Maryville. Feels like 93 now. Our evening is dry. All right. We don't have any rain or storms. It's all pretty out there now. It's muggy, though. We're in the low to mid 80s. And AC runs tonight. This is where the AC almost doesn't seem like it stops at my house. Just keeps going, 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 going. Here's Tuesday, all right? So our afternoon is going to go to about 83, so not quite as warm as today, and that's because we have clouds and we have showers that most likely pull our temperatures back a little bit. If it ends up being drier, then it would be hotter than this. I just think that we're going to have some rain around, and then the nighttime severe. I'll give you the hourly. So scattered storms possible, kind of in and out throughout the day, 30-40% rain chances. And temperatures start in the 70s and they go to the 80s. Okay, so there's the story for tomorrow. Now let's talk about the heat wave. Look at this. All right, here's 7-day. And Wednesday, we still have a rain chance here. There's actually even still a severe chance on Wednesday. What looks to be going on here is there are maybe some morning stragglers, 7, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, but largely a lot of this is moving out. So there's a low possibility for some morning storms that are still stout, level 1, level 2 severe risk in our general area. But I really think Wednesday is going to be drying out pretty quick. So there's Thursday, Juneteenth, upper 80s, humidity's coming on. Friday, here we go, 90 degrees. It's the first day of summer. It's the summer solstice. And that brings the sunset at 8:47. Actually, the latest sunset is a few days later at 8:48. And the first 90s of the year, we haven't had them yet. I think we get them on Friday. And then into your steamy weekend. All right, here we go. Saturday. Ooh, 96, 97, 100. Heat index is going to be 95 to 100. Friday, Saturday, and probably Sunday. So 90 degrees on Sunday too. On Sunday, I've got, look at the winds. They look like they're going to be, it's probably pretty breezy both days over the weekends. The way it looks now anyway. 30, 35, maybe 40 mile per hour wind gusts. That would take the edge off a little bit. I'm skeptical of 40 mile per hour wind gusts with that kind of heat. That usually doesn't happen. But we'll watch that for you. So we hope we get a little breeze. Okay. Let's check the comments here. Well, good evening, Kristen. And Jeff says, stay south. It might. So one more thing. It doesn't look like we've got a lot of questions, which is fine. I'll go back and show you how it may end up staying south. So we'll go back to the radar, the forecast radar. If it plays out where we've got all these storms around, all that rain, look around Kansas City and points north. So that's all that stuff is stealing gas, stealing fuel throughout the day. Just take it, take it, take it, take it. And that means that there's less at night, which means the stronger storms would be south, where they didn't get those storms coming in and siphoning off the gas. So we'll see if it plays out that way or not. We kind of hope it does. Okay, everybody. Well, at 10 o'clock, I'll have the new forecast radars for you. We'll see if they align. I like it when they snap into place. Usually that happens. Once we get to a certain point, and by tonight we should know, because we're going to watch those storms in Nebraska. If they are fired up or not, if they don't get going, which could happen, then our computer forecast should all snap into place, and then we have a much better picture of what tomorrow looks to bring. All right, so are we going to get the morning round or not? If we are, then maybe the severe risk will go down. We'll have that for you coming up at 10. In the meantime, I hope this was helpful. Have a great night. Stay safe. We're going to keep you posted with constant updates on air, KCTV5, KCTV5.com. If we have bad weather tomorrow, we're going to be here. All right, we're through the night. Doesn't matter how late it is. So we'll have you covered. Take care.